Hi girls, this short little video is designed to help you to interpret cartoons. So I thought I'd start with something that relates directly to geography. So we're going to take you through the basic steps of interpretation. Alright, the first part, there's three parts to this process. The first one being identify. When we look at identifying, what we're looking at is what is visible in the cartoon. It might be who is in it, when and where it's set, what symbols or caricatures are used, what background knowledge do you have. So looking at this particular cartoon, we can see that we've got two words, one which is growth, we've got sustainability written there, and we've got a cliff that seems to be falling apart a little bit. So we've got something, a cartoon obviously about growth versus sustainability. So in the second part of interpreting a cartoon, we come to the describe part. In describe, we're trying to figure out what's taking place, what ideas are suggested by the character, symbols or events shown, words or headings as they may appear. So in looking at this one, we can see on the cartoon we've got the word growth, which is getting bigger as we head towards the edge of the cliff. And underneath it, we have the word sustainability, and as we head up the cliff, it's getting smaller. The other little bits we see is that we've got little bits of the cliff starting to fall away, and you can see the little root sticking out from the side, suggesting that the cliff is getting a bit crumbly. The last part of interpreting the cartoon is where we analyse what we can see. Here we're really coming up with what the main idea of the author is. So in analyse, why did they use those certain symbols or characters? What's being used to indicate the cartoon's attitude, such as the words that you can see? What is the point of the cartoon? So when we look at this particular example, we can see that the word growth is getting bigger as we move towards the edge of the cliff. In other words, thinking about growth, we can see that growth is getting more important. So growth would be the growth in production, so cutting down more trees, catching more fish, that sort of thing. So we're trying to create growth to generate money, to create jobs and so forth. When we look though at sustainability, we can see that the word sustainability gets smaller as we head up the cliff. Initially, when you look at the letter G, which is quite small, the focus isn't on growth, and as a consequence of that, sustainability is more important. You can see that the word sustainability is quite big at that point, suggesting, I guess, that our environment is important. As we move towards the edge of the cliff, we can see that growth is becoming more important. People are focused about making money, creating jobs, using our resources. Sustainability starts to shrink. In other words, our environment is deteriorating. How do I know that? Because bits of the cliff are falling away as growth gets bigger. So I think here that the author is trying to suggest that if we concentrate on generating economic growth, it is at the expense of our environment. In other words, sustainability is not occurring. We are not protecting or managing our environment so that future generations can still enjoy it. So, recapping, first step, identify what is in the cartoon. Describe features. There's a cliff, there's two words, growth and sustainability. Bits of the cliff are falling off and there's a bit of an old tree root hanging out. We describe what is taking place. So the word growth is getting bigger, the cliff is falling down, sustainability is being reduced. And analyse what is the message. And the message in this case is growth is at the expense of the environment because sustainability is reduced. I hope this helps you. Good luck with your study.